She
Way to
doesn't know.
go. Way to go.
Doesn't know.
Oh.
Well,
Your nose tells you that this bottle belongs to Jack. And you can ask me we can say that you realize, wait a minute, you heard that peepy squeaky voice. Is this you
That
should
sounds
probably
like the wimpy whimper of a airbender, whatever he is. I've heard him talk like that before.
Right.
I mean,
So she'll kind of hold it really far out and pluck off the top.
Jack would basically probably burst out of the fucking bottle and take out this kind of windy form that's nothing like Jack usually is. Clearly, he's fucking furious. You'll find it, the usual warm brown eyes are now icy blue cold, and he's like half in a wind form, and it's like, I'm gonna fucking run, who did this to me?
We found him. Do we get 3 wishes? Lobo says.
You'll
he's a
find
genie.
Jack would actually completely ignore it too, and just rush out of the room in search of Rachel. It's like, and obviously because he's the wind itself, he's very fast.
There's
It
just
will
like
find
this
him.
air pulling motion and the door falls shut behind you. Rump.
Pretty much.
Is that what you smelled, Lobo?
Was that Jack?
I don't know. It kind of looked like him. Well, I guess he wasn't sick.
You're not
Do you think
sick!
he's mad?
How did he get into the bottle and closed it behind him?
I don't know. Maybe it was during our exam. Wow, that was 2 days ago. Keith's a really bad roommate.
I got my head stuck in the toilet once.
Oh.
Okay, let's follow Jack towards Rachel. What's happening there?
Oh, will he find her?
Well, will he? It's kind of late in the evening, so maybe she's still there, doing some teacher stuff.
Yes, he probably is still, reading some documents, through some documents and stuff like that. Oh.
You'll find that I'm actually gonna do an all-out attacking here.
Sure. However, at a -1 because she's an adult and has influence over you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go directly engage.
Yeah, no. He's directly engaging, not to really harm her per se, but to completely like a wind slash.
Yeah, you
just,
can
like,
choose that
fucking
from the
whole room
results.
just completely into 2 fucking parts. -1, yeah.
Yeah, -1. Wow, okay. Choose 2 from the list. You do it.
So yeah, because it's directly engaged. So first of all, I'll resist or avoid their blows, and I'll impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. And I do it in a sense that up to obviously Rachel to see impress, surprise, or frighten. I don't care. I don't even know. That's up to GM and Rachel to decide.
Yeah, let's see, Keith or Rachel, how do you
But
react?
it's more of a case that he actually suddenly wind slices through, and suddenly the half of the room is just gone. It's like.
I'd say papers are flying everywhere.
MC's surprised because he definitely didn't expect this. Vice, he was just about to finish the last piece of paper and then just poof. She looks up with a smile and a kind of annoying look in her eye. Jack!
You left me the bottle for 2 days?
What are you
kind
talking
of
about?
fucking head teacher are you?
Jack, what exactly are you talking about?
You left me in a bottle! He's absolutely
No,
furious.
no, I didn't.
And Miss Hartfeld then also just says, "Didn't your teammates make sure you left with them? Weren't they surprised you were missing? They didn't mention anything to me."
Keith left me in a shelf.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say to this.
Exactly.
My hearty apologies, Jack.
You know, he's still in like half wind demon form, and he's like, just puts his finger into her chest, like right between her breasts, like just like poking it, like pushing her backwards. My father will hear about this, and you will not like the consequences of that.
Thanks, Draco
Well,
Malfoy.
You do remember that contract you signed when that your father signed when you entered the school, right? Maybe you should read it through. Yeah.
It doesn't mention being imprisoned in a bottle for 2 days.
No, it doesn't, but it does explain something else.
Also, you have to expect a certain level of harm can come to you here during our training. I'm sure
Yeah,
Umbra
Miss
has made that
Umbra.
not strange to
Almost
you.
dying in a bottle isn't, because you're negligent and don't follow up on your students.
I think at this moment, Lobo and Freya would, having followed the trail of air and destruction, reach Rachel's office. So Lobo and Freya join you, seeing Jack, hearing Jack from outside the office as well already.
Yeah, you will be definitely hearing him.
Freya will whisper to Lobo, "Yeah, I don't think we're getting 3 wishes."
What if we wish we had the powers of a genie? Then we could make our own wishes become reality.
Haven't you seen how horrible that works in the movies?
Yeah, but this isn't a movie. He's real.
Freya, Lobo, what are you two doing?
Hello.
We were just following the thing we released, making sure it didn't cause havoc on the school. I don't think we're doing a very good job for your office, though. Sorry.
Thing? I'm the thing!
Jack, calm down.
You're our classmate. We were worried about you, so we came looking for you.
See?
Nod, nod.
I heard that thing about 3 wishes. I'm not Jenny!
Well, now we know.
It's really, really hard that he's like this very sinister grin, reminiscent of Umbra, appears on his face. It's like, I'll stick you on my mentor on you all. Before flying off the window.
There he goes again.
He's just gonna go to his own room and have a shower because, you know, smelling of old hot chocolate is not really a nice thing.
Lobo starts running around the room picking up papers with his mouth and says, "I'll help you clean this up."
Thanks, Lobo.
Freya will join in.
Now, Freya, did you know that he was trapped in a bottle?
No, I just, I thought he was sick. Keith never said anything.
But didn't you thought it was weird that he didn't actually, walk away with you from the exam?
Well, he does that weird air thing. I thought he just flew off ahead because he wasn't feeling well.
Point.
Seems I need to talk to Keith again about making trouble again.
Speaking
And
of
where is
whom,
Key?
you reach the door and Phoenix Punch pokes his head out and says, "Hey, glad you could come in. You look a bit on edge. What's happening?"
You need to. Oh, so fucking many stairs. Pack all your stuff up. Ice Lord is nearby. Hunting everyone who's in the chaos competition.
Oh crap, Ice Lord! Oh god.
Yes.
Dad, we got a problem. And Keith, roll me assess the situation as
Right.
he goes talking to his father.
Assess the situation. Yeah, -2 to it. Oh. Nope.
Okay, nice.
He's too tired right now.
Yeah,
Oh.
his... Go for it, Umbra.
Coming to mind, I actually had Insecure, but I don't have any more because he took a foolhardy action.
Yeah,
I would
definitely
assume
do
that. I would say that, yes. Scorched Earth comes running out. He's just, putting on pants right now, and he says, "I'll inform the others. Go ahead. Yeah, get out of here." And he's picking up a phone, quickly making a phone call, and Phoenix' sister, Flickering Flame, comes running out, and she says, "Thanks for warning us. Come on." She grabs your hand and pulls you along. As you walk down the first flight of stairs. Okay, you go for ahead. You walk down the first flight of stairs while you say.
Yeah, well, just as she grabs his arm, he just like, how nice. And then just realize, oh crap, situation.
Her touch is surprisingly warm. But that's kind of to be expected. As you walk down the first flight of stairs, you see that the railing and everything in the lower stairs has completely iced over.
Move back up.
Crap, he's already here? How far was he behind you? Do you see him?
No, I don't see him. And I noticed that the weather was cold when I came here.
Oh,
Considering the weather.
Flickering Flame, you better do some pre-burning. I think we're gonna need heat soon. She lets go of your hand, and you can see her fingers flick into flames. Okay, how are we gonna get off the roof, though?
Jump to another building nearby?
Can you jump that far?
Not that I have tried.
Can you turn into fire like us? Or like Flickering Flame? I can jump that far.
Yeah. Don't know. As he rolls his thumbs around the...
Well, it's either trying to find out if you can, or it's Ice Lord.
Well, let's find out if I can. Well, rather than... Oh, yeah. I rather want to fall to my death than fight against him.
Yes, let me see the scene as you step upstairs. Up here, everything's still fine, but as you look down, you hear panicked screams, people starting, frozen in place with their legs like stuck in ice, and frost just creeping up all the buildings around.
Yeah.
Wow, he's really locking everything down. Come on, we gotta get out of his view. Hope my father's gonna be okay. He stayed behind to warn the others.
Well, how nice of him, but how about we think of him after we get to safety? No offense meant.
Flickering Flame makes an arc of fire over to the next building, and Phoenix Punch gives it a kick and then kicks himself with an explosion from his legs and sails over to the next building, landing on his hands. making a cartwheel to get on his feet.
You know, Keith, he's currently, you know, looking down before he jumps.
Oh wow, you're eight levels up.
You know, as he thinks about the exam where he used the flame to accelerate his punch, he's going to, you know, take some step back, begin to run, and then as he would jump, he would try to do exactly the same thing, just down at his feet, making a huge burst of fire so he can get to the other side.
That's unleashing your powers.
Well,
Only since it's the
luckily
first time you've done it and you haven't proven it yet. Otherwise, if you prove yourself you can do it, you won't have to roll it again in the future.
Well, I do love that. This is one of the things I'm good at. Yes.
Oh yeah! It works! You fling yourself over.
You have actually really good rolls today.
Yeah, so far, let me screw that with that a bit. Alright, let me roll something here. That might be bad or good. High is bad. 1 is good, wow, okay. There's a whole bunch of chaos going on, and you see various people with differentiating superpowers actually trying to flee these buildings in their own ways. You see a guy jumping onto a carpet and dashing off on it, hovering, so to say. You see a guy turning blue and drain himself down the sewers. And you see someone else jumping next to you for a moment, but you don't see him, and then he's gone. He was just there for a second, barely able to notice him. Flickering flames saying, "Come on, he can't find us in this chaos as long as there's enough people around."
Won't he just, you know, entrap all the people instead?
We can burn ourselves through the ice. We gotta get down the fire ladder here. Or do you see a quicker way?
Assess the situation.
Yeah. You can ask one question and get a +1 while acting on the answer.
What here can I use to get down fast, the fastest way? Get down fastest.
Alright, yeah.
Because
The drainage pipe. You can slide down the drainage pipe.
Maybe I should have said the quickest and safest.
Well, I would have given... There's only one option, quick or safe.
Yeah, right. We can run down the drainage system, you know, slide down. Although, you know, as he, you know, try to see how, if it's stuck, really stuck on the building, or if it's kind of loose.
It's really stuck to the building, but it's already covered in icicles down at the bottom. So you're gonna need to heat yourself up and the ice thing up here to not to get stuck and captured by the ice.
Aren't you a fireman?
Yes, he is. We all are fire.
This time it looks like
just
you
put your
will go
hands
first.
into a flame and slide down. Simple.
Well, Keith. Well. Keith, I would like to generate some burn.
Alright, go for it.
This is going in badly.
No, you
Actually
do it.
not.
Awesome.
Right. You know, as he stand and put himself on fire, kind of. Right. As he would then stand from up there and create a fireball in his hand, while as he would then shoot down and to burn all the ice away.
Wow, he's got it figured out, sister. Come on, let's follow him.
So, yes. Burn the ice away. And actually keep the fire maintained.
Yes. Would that be a move of some sort from your that you would spend burn on?
Well, maybe a moat. He's creating a barrier that hold back threats.
Yeah, and in this case, the frost would be a threat. Yeah, you could do that.
Then I'm doing that.
All right. Yeah, this would also count as once you hit the ground, you can keep a ring of fire around you.
Yes. So let's get down now and away.
Alright, yeah. As you make your way away, you see a huge fireball smashing into a building nearby, and you see up above their father, Scorched Earth, in a heated elemental duel against Ice Lord, throwing fireballs and frost at each other. Phoenix Punch looks around and says, "Dad, no! Get out of there! We have to help him. We can't lose him again."
Well,
He looks
he did
torn
once.
between staying and running.
You know, Keith is just thinking about running would be the easy option, but then again, Damon said he was going after all the chaos competition. That means Keith and Lily. So he's just like, fuck's sake, as he begins to run towards Scorching Earth and Ice Lord.
Alright, okay.
As he, as also say, I'm probably the stupidest person on the entire Earth right now.
We can only agree with that assessment.
Well, you better run.
Okay. As you run towards the scene, as the stupidest person on Earth, you realize how terribly outclassed you are against these adults. Take a condition, or reject the influence of the situation if you don't wanna. I would also shift your labels.
No, he.
You know what? It's
Okay.
actually, you don't take a condition. So I read the situation wrong. You don't take a condition. I would shift your labels, and I would shift your superior down and your savior up.
The question is, would he actually feel that he's outclassed, or would he not? Yeah, he would feel that he's outclassed, so do your thing.
Alright, I shift your superior down and your savior up. Done.
Ah, god damn it. My lovely superior. But damn, I'm become quite a savior right now.
Well, that's what you're doing right now. What? Okay, you reach a point of your charge where you can actually do something. Either, up to you. What are you gonna do?
Well. This is so stupid. He's gonna, use the fire boost at his feet again.
Okay, you don't have to roll for that, since you've proven you can do it.
To jump and get closer to Ice Lord, and then he's gonna do the same trick as he did in the exam, creating a huge fire burst from his elbow and punch Ice Lord in the face.
Alright, roll your directly engagement with -1, since Ice Lord is an adult and has influence over you as such.
I'm gonna use a burn. So I can use my reality storm.
Yeah. Go for it. Now you do have a second burn. Do you want to spend that to prevent collateral damage or not?
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to do that because Keith is thinking about what happened at the exam and tries at least so hard he can to contain the power a bit.
Yeah, especially the back burn that you're creating here. You're going off like a rocket. Only a 7. Okay, you hit Ice Lord. You're gonna have to choose one from the list of directly engaging a threat. You smack him in the face with your fiery fist.
I create an opportunity for my allies, which is right now Flickering Flame, Phoenix Fonts, and Scorch Search.
Okay, yeah. As you do that, Ice Lord flings his hand around almost reflectively as you connect with him, and you are being frozen in a block of ice and plummet onto a rooftop. Like an icicle, you get buried into the ceiling, just stuck there. But you do see that he's fuming quite literally with with more hot water from your heat. This creates an opportunity for Scorched Earth to land another blow and pummel Ice Lord down towards the bottom of the ground, all the way down to the bottom, where there's like ice crystals sprouting upwards. And Scorched Earth yells to you, "Thanks, kid. I would have never believed anybody would save the upstanding citizens of Halcyon against those menaces."
My hand hurts.
He's actually using his influence to shift your labels. He's gonna shift your savior up and your mundane down.
Oh god, oh god. Oh god. Well, he doesn't exactly... He is an adult. God damn it. I'm gonna let him do that, but I'm gonna end up taking a condition now.
Yeah, I can't shift your savior up further, but hey, you saved him and he acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Which gets a bit to your head, since isn't he technically a bad guy?
Exactly, he is. So he's actually feeling a bit insecure.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
All that savior.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the dormitory, Devin is actually asking around where Keith went, because he's worried that Keith is going to do something stupid all on his own. He was nervous when he mentioned that Ice Lord is coming after people in the Chaos competition. And he's actually finding you, Chaos.
Oh?
First, yeah. It's like, have you seen Keith? Has he been here around anywhere? Can you help me find him?
Oh, I haven't seen him anywhere.
Well, can you help me find him with your... You can fly, right?
Yeah, somewhat.
Well, I'm gonna need someone who can look from up above. If he's in trouble, he's gonna make fire.
I know of more than a few that can make fire, you know?
Yeah, but come on. Can you help me?
Alright, I'll give you some help at least.
If you help him, you take influence over Devin. Because, you help him and he'll remember that.
Oh, I'll do that then.
Yeah. He also manages to drum up Chico McWaddle, who's out practicing, and he comes across... He sees Jack just dashing out and away like a breeze in the wind. And they go to Miss Hartfeld's office. Devin is worried, and Lobo and Freya are currently still finishing off the cleaning. And Devin walks in and says, Miss Hartfeld, I'm worried about Keith. Is there any way we can find him? Has he been here? He looked a bit worried today.
No, he hasn't. But why are you worried about Keith?
It's because of my father. He's cracking down on crime his way. He's not going to wait for any solid leads. He thinks suspicion is enough to take down a villain.
Oh crap, the videos.
What videos?
The videos about Keith shooting at a truck, at a car, making it crash, and the video of Lily shooting a woman unarmed.
They did what? That can't be right.
I'm positively sure that there has been some manipulation. Keith said that they were shot at a rocket first, but if Icelot had seen those videos...
Oh no. Freya, Lobo, help me?
Freya will shrug and say, Keith's a big boy. He can take care of himself. If he's going to get in trouble, then it's his fault. He didn't ask us for help. Why should we go help him?
Oh.
Maybe because he didn't believe you would help him in the first place, Freya. You are a team.
Maybe he should have seen people in the hospital when they were actually hurt.
Yeah, believe me, I did. I did yell at him about that. But, Freya, you are a team. A team must help each other. Or else you're gonna become like the team I was on, and believe me, that was no fun. I was with Umbra the entire time.
Jack kind of materializes into the room, and why exactly should we help Keith when he hasn't helped any of us?
Actually, before that happens, Miss Hartfeld is trying to shift your labels, Freya. Your savior up and your superior down.
For once, Freya will actually contest that.
Alright, roll to reject their influence. You do it. Okay.
She'll say, what was like, drat, it was in my head, and then it just fluttered away right when I realized I could use it. Oh, okay, there we go. So Freya will say, well, then that was your fault for staying with the group. Maybe you should have went on your own.
Alright.
And she'll kind of just walk away to kind of show, like, an example of, yeah, just let it happen. Maybe you just need to not care about the team and go solo. I'm Han Solo. Han Solo.
I know that song. Clear conditional mark potential in the process. Your choice.
I shall mark potential.
Okay. Meanwhile, Jack, at that point, Jack manifests. Is that the right word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's Chaos. He's there too. Ooh, Freya walks off. I'm gonna move you over here.
Well, Jack, that is not exactly true. I do, in fact, know that Keith did save you from one of the Onis when you were in the bottle.
She gets a very big raised eyebrow. Does it? And opening the bottle didn't come to mind. Perhaps some extra intelligence classes might be appreciated in the end. He clearly has mastered sarcasm while he was in the bottle before nodding at Devon and saying, well, fine, I'll help you. But I'll help you, not Keith.
Thanks, Jack. And Shikume yells out of the, in full power, we're gonna punch the bad guys! While she raises both of her fists into the air.
I think Chaos is probably gonna be like, instead of actually helping, he'll walk off, like, cause he and Keith really don't get along at all.
Okay.
And after the last, so no influence for him.
Yeah, Lobo yells after you, Chaos, and he says, well, that's not really good team behavior.
He's never been a good teammate to me.
I wouldn't say so. Yes, he did stop you in killing 2 people.
I wasn't trying to kill them.
Well, yes, when you smack a car on top of another person, that person usually die.
Most of us wouldn't.
Most of us would.
I wouldn't. Keith wouldn't. Chaos wouldn't. Umbra wouldn't. You wouldn't. I don't
would
think anyone in
probably
this room
die,
actually
Lobo
would.
says.
And there's any chance that I would die too. If I wasn't careful enough.
I doubt that.
And Keith stopped you from doing that because he cared about you. Well, if there's anything else, then if there's not anything else, then please leave my office. I have some work to do. As she
Chaos leaves the office.
Alright.
Chuck will just follow
Devin. Lobo.
Devin, yes.
And Shikume Qualo. Alright, the four of you head off. Let's see when you arrive.
but just as they, Rachel is, locking the door, sitting back in the chairs. Now, where are you, Keith? As she closes her eyes and then opens it again and is totally black.
Ooh.
Her entire right eye is black.
That's some creepy power.
Indeed it is.
Alright, we cut indeed at this back to Keith. Yeah, you're frozen in an icicle. And you hear a bursting sound below as Ice Lord slides himself up to the top of the skyscrapers again. Is there anything in your mind of what you can do? You're frozen solid.
Well, mostly upon what it's going through his mind right now is it hurts, it's cold. Why did I even choose to become a hero in the first place? As he begins to thinking back, and we actually look as we kind of change the pace in the comic book as there stands a couple of years earlier, kind of a flashback.
Nice, yeah, flashback scene, go for it.
As we see really young person, a child, probably around 9-10 years, jumping up and down in a bed, wearing sunglasses. As you can clearly hear the voice of Keith. Alexander, and slamming the door. What are you doing in my room again? As then, Alexander turns around. I'm playing superhero! With sunglasses on, really.
So it's not Keith who is having the sunglasses on, it's Alexander, your brother.
It's Alexander, his brother.
Oh, you cut out there for a moment. Everybody's still here?
And we definitely see Keith,
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And we see Keith, a younger version of him, wearing some kind of, modern kind of clothes, like his really popular hair back. Then how about you play superhero another place, and stop jumping in my bed. And they begin to argue a bit. And and it ended up with Alexander going out, looking really mad, just yelling, I show you, I'm gonna become the greatest superhero ever, I'm gonna become Mr. Sunglasses. And he then slam his store, keep his store closed. And Keith just, lay down on his bed, looking back, taking out a Playboy magazine. That's so lame. And we then return.
Yes, Ice Lord turns to you and says, you kids, you think you are above the law. You think that you are unmanipulative, though. Like nothing can stop you. Like you can have the world. But really all you're doing is playing right into the villain's hand. I know who you are. Devin has told me about you. And I don't think you should be seeing him anymore.
Seeing him anymore? What is that supposed to be? Like the dating or something?
No, definitely not. And I'm gonna use my moment of truth.
Alright. How does it look at the moment that you...
At first, we kind of see, kind inside Keith's body, and we see the bloodstream just runs faster through his body, faster and faster and faster. And then he looks outside, and the eyes slowly begin to melt. He looking a bit angry as you are supposed to be a hero, but instead you're walking all over the ideals of being a hero. You are no hero at all. As the eye slowly begins to melt, as he, why I'm feeling so hot, like my body is burning. And we see how his body, unlike when he generally burns, he set on fire, but this time it's like his body becomes fire.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Ice Lord does not hesitate a moment to shoot a ray of frost in your direction.
He breaks loose of the ice, and just as the rail of frost disappears, as the rail of frost comes towards him, it's like his body split apart in 3 parts on the ground, making a fiery path towards Ice Lord. And then as he comes to life, Lord, there comes a hand, and then a hand from each of the sides. A flaming hand, and punches him. And then from the middle one, there comes a leg, and kicks him away. And then they kind of, come together again and forms Keith, but in a fiery form.
So basically, you're like Fantastic Four, Johnny, whatever his name was.
No idea, never played that.
Bravo, Johnny Blaze.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
All right.
And as Keith said there, he makes some glasses around his eyes, out of fire. Definitely the same look as his sunglasses.
Okay, sunglasses of fire. I like it. All right, Keith.
Yeah.
Ice Lord isn't someone who's knocked out in one punch, but you did melt his right arm, and you're realizing that he's missing it. And Ice Lord yells at you as he forms like an ice barrier to stop himself from spiraling out of control, and says, all it takes is one villain to tell you what to do, and you're going to go all out, destroying everything the Hero Association has built. You're being manipulated, child. He's trying to shift your labels, using his influence on you.
Yeah, definitely not. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to rule. This is your moment of truth. But how do you react?
Yeah. I protect those I decide to protect. A hero is supposed to protect everyone, even the villains. After all, instead of beating them up and imprison them, shouldn't we help them instead? And Flickering Flame and Phoenix Punch and Sorceress, they would feel a bit weird, because it's like their fire is being drawn to Keith, or to where Keith is.
Flickering Flame is actually the one who realizes that, and she makes loud Yahoo! And gives it her all, just burning more fire, pouring it towards you.
As he then would, just swing his hand around and creating a large fiery wall, just slamming towards Ice Lord. And what you also notice is the fire doesn't set anything else on fire, but it's melting the ground. Even the place where Keith is standing, the ground is melting. Why does this sound so weird in my head?
Alright, Ice Lord is trying his best to stop the giant fireball. Let's see here. Alright, but he's getting pushed backwards and backwards over the city. And then there's a loud hissing pow as fire rains down over the city. And he's gone.
Is he gone, huh?
Yes. You feel exhaustion come over you. You feel burnt out.
Well, but let's see if it really is gone. As Keith would, feel out with the fire. Basically, he's using elemental awareness, and feel is to see if Idlot is anywhere around.
All right, you sink downwards to the ground slowly and control as you sense out with your elements. Down below, everything has turned into fog as heat and cold collided, water and fire, and you can feel walking through the fog like a Terminator, Ice Lord stepping towards you.
Well, then Keith is just, going to disappear again and then appear right in front of Ice Lord.
Right.
If any of you are capable of teleportation, though, are you just that fast?
Well, teleportation, fire is fast.
Yeah, he would burn towards him. Let's call it like that.
Yeah, and and there is fire nearby.
Indeed. However, there's an ice barrier suddenly separating the two of you, and a huge gust of wind blasts the two of you apart. You hear Lobo's vocal box speaking. There, I found them. See, I told you I'm the best tracker in the city.
Good work.
Devin is.
Jack would say.
Devin is walking to Keith. Are you all right? What's happening? And he stands defensively in front of you as his father pushes the ice wall aside.
Jack would be obviously probably at next to whatchamacallit, Devin as well. Like the wind's just turning around him. Really not upped up about to play.
Ice Lord was about to strike Keith, but then he sees his son and he says, "Son, kids, you best go home now."
Oh, we plan to. Don't worry about it.
Move away. I gotta defeat him. As Keith begins to slowly walks toward Ice Lord, he really doesn't seem like himself.
Can I actually choke Keith?
He's
very weak.
Yeah, you could. Well, Keith, do you allow this? This is still kind of your moment of truth.
No, but Jack, you would notice something weird. It's like Keith is dragging the air towards him, like his flames. It's absorbing the air.
Ah, yeah, it's drawing to. He's feeding on the air.
Yeah.
Whoa! Stop leeching off of me! And obviously he takes actually flight, so that he won't be anymore in the influence of it at all.
No. If I don't defeat him, he's just going to come after them again, and after her. As he begins to charge up a really, like he's really putting everything into this attack.
Okay.
Jack actually would curse and just speed dial Umbra, being like, "We really need some help," along with Rachel and probably everyone else at the teachers. Like, Keith's gone crazy.
Right, yeah, we see this momentary where Keith is charging his biggest punch, and Ice Lord isn't holding back, he's charging his biggest punch too. But as both of you punch towards each other, Chico McQuaddle flies past from the side, punching Ice Lord's arm away, and that means you've got a free punch off at Ice Lord.
Yeah. The flames is a bit weird. It's red, like really red kind of flame. As he then punches and Keith stays lowly hellfire. As he then just punches Ice Lord.
Alright.
I'm-
Here's something we haven't done before that I want to do.
Okay.
We're gonna count this as an adult move. Wield your powers. It's like a normal move where you roll freak, but on a 10 plus or on a hit you can choose to neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
Yeah.
Which is something we're going for here, so let's go with that. Let me get back over here. You do it, okay.
Yes, I do it. And what basically happened is, as he hit Ice Lord, there becomes a huge fiery explosion, even flinging Keith backwards.
Yeah, everybody gets flung backwards and the windows get blown out in the houses.
Well, except for obviously me, because remember I took flight. I'm way.
Yeah, you're way away. You are away from the blast radius, but even you can feel the air rushing towards you from that explosion.
It means nothing to me. I am the air.
And now you're suddenly superheated because explosion heat there.
Yes. And we see Keith, slamming into a wall. The wall does not break, but, the fire stops and he just collapses on the ground. Funnily enough, he doesn't seem hurt at all. But he's definitely unconscious.
Okay, nice. Umbra arrives mere seconds later. Out of some shadow that forms from the bright light. You've punched Ice Lord far enough away, and he's probably going to need some recovery time. Yeah, Umbra, you look at a scene where... Well, let Jack explain to you.
Obviously, Jack does, and Umbra just looks it over. Like, looking, obviously, we have Ice Lord, we have Scorched Earth, we have fucking Keith, and a bunch of other teenagers, and it's like, just kind of taps her, like, the staff that she usually has. She taps her, like, slowly onto her shoulder, just thinks for a moment before the shadows engulf the Ice Lord and he disappears.
I mean, he was gone already beforehand. Keith punched him basically with that explosion far, far away from the scene.
Oh, far from him. I thought it was just like 10 meters.
No, he's away from this encounter. He's out of the scene now.
Alright, so we only have these guys. It's like, this taps it to his shoulder, and then she kind of like concentrates, and suddenly with the, like, in his office, Rachel will feel the shadowy tendrils, and it's like, before when she's dragged into the scene. Same with actually Mr. Sunshine.
Oh, Rachel? You can't seem to find Rachel. It's like she's not in this... Wait, she's not on Earth? She's not in this dimension?
And Umbra just kind of like...
Well, you can grab Mr. Sunshine. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been like, first she would have grabbed Rachel, but since she's not in this dimension, the tapping suddenly ceases, and it's like she just like puts her stave onto the ground, and there's a crack before she could like hate calling him, before she actually like grabs Mr. Sunshine from wherever the fuck he is, and suddenly just materializes with like from the shadows as well.
Yes, Mr. Sunshine is naked except for the towel around his waist. And he says,
Whoopsie.
Well, talk about speedy emergency. I was just getting out of the shower.
Shadows cover him and leave him.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually not a towel around his waist, it's just the shadows in a convenient place.
They suddenly cover him fully, and suddenly there's the usual uniform around, no matter how fucking much it aggravates Umbra.
Okay, yeah, there's just this moment of anime ambiguity there with the shadows at waist height, and he's covered in his uniform. Oh.
Yeah, that is like right. What I surmised from Jack, Keith here decided that it would be a brilliant idea to take on Ice Lord. Scorcher this up there, if you would please.
I don't know. I'll go after him. Here's the thing, Keith. You hear this? you think you can talk. Are you gonna say anything to stop them going after Scorched Earth and his family?
Yeah, but what to say?
Umbra actually is not looking like that at the moment. She's in her hero costume, remember?
Okay. No.
You know,
Right.
he's definitely say, don't you dare going after them. You know, I see.
Umbra barely walks there before looking at her stave and just slams it straight at Keith, making him fall a couple of steps. It's like, you poor deluded fool. I'm not gonna kill him. Love tap. Let's call it that.
Alright, Mr. Sunshine actually turns around to you, Keith, and says, "Do not worry, we're just having a few questions for him. He might be able to clear up who's really behind all this." And he gives you a thumbs up and a reassuring smile.
It's like a good cop versus the bad cop.
You get to clear a condition from Mr. Sunshine cheering you up.
Yes.
There's just something about Mr. Sunshine giving you his word.
He's not angry anymore.
Great job.
I'll speak it through with him.
Good, I'll transport the rest of these idiots to the school, including those two. And she points at the two flamey kids.
We're gonna stick with Keith, yeah. Yeah, he's our buddy. Not gonna let him do anything with him. Yeah, we're gonna come with you. Everybody clears off out of the scene.
Yeah, basically Umbra transports them all to the school and to the infirmary before binding them down and just poking people. It's like bedside manner bad.
Alright.
She's clearly not happy.
There is, however, the camera remains on the scene for a while longer, and it pans back up to the rooftops of the scenery, and someone is perching there, looking at the scene.
Of course.
Oh, my lovely ghost girl.
Yes, and then we go back over to the infirmary. You know what? No, we're gonna stick. Yeah, go.
Actually, a scene where Ice Lord lands. I want a scene there.
Okay.
Because, you know, as Ice Lord begins to, look up, there is this strange marking right in the middle of the air in front of him.
Oh.
I did send you the picture.
Yeah. I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
You keep on. I put it up in a second.
Yeah. And then after, as he, clearly take a few setbacks and ready an attack, because he has a really bad feeling about what's coming out of it.
All right.
Suddenly the image disappears. The circle is still there, and it goes into darkness. And inside that darkness is there.
Oh, not again.
Exactly, no, again. But inside that darkness is there something staring back at him. It's creepy. He gets to chill down all over himself, as he definitely should. There's something evil is going to come out right now.
All right. What is it? What's going to come out? Is there anything going to come out?
Yeah, as then a Rocky King comes out of the shadow, and Rachel steps out of it, and with her left eye exposed, and which was the sight that he could see in the darkness.
Right. It's looking kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's just. I saw she basically speechless.
Well, he's got punched real hard, so he's got the air knocked out of him.
Now, I see my student did quite a number on you, Ice Lord. As she slowly walks closer to him, she seems incredibly pissed. unbelievable mad. As he would then, kneel down, take her hand under his chin and, make him looking at her. Let me put it like this. If you ever going to even lay a single hand on one of my students ever again, you don't want to know what's going to happen. As he then licks around her mouth, I might gonna end up devouring you. As he then, just leave him there, walking past through the darkness and then disappear.
He just lets out a scoff. But he's not doing anything more. I'm sure he's not gonna go after any of your students anytime soon.
Meanwhile, in the infirmary, Umbra's obviously gotten everyone into the beds and just, obviously treating whatever they might have from exhaustion to anything else. Doesn't really matter what they think. Everyone's on the beds, period, unless they want another love tap, this time out of the window, which is not really a nice thing.
I love that.
Come on, it's tough love. Everyone does get chocolate though, because if they're nice and stay in their beds quietly.
All right. Meanwhile, Freya and Chaos.
Yep.
The two of you find each other at the track running laps. Or
Easy relief.
yeah, I guess that would be
Easy
if you want that. Yeah, just practicing to become stronger heroes.
Yeah. I wonder. Do they have a gravitational chamber or something?
I don't think so. No.
I'm sure that can be arranged if you ask the right people, but you would have to find out the right kind of person.
This is not Dragon Ball.
You're gonna have to have someone who knows this stuff about special training methods for heroes. But hey, you know what? Yeah, Hayas, you bring that up to Freya that you want to train in some chamber that increases gravity. That surely has better results.
That would build muscles like crazy.
That sounds expensive.
I'm pretty sure that Lisa's somewhere stalking Chaos as well. Somewhere on the bushes, Hinata-like. She's kind of like, I like that.
You know what? Both of you make me a... You know what? I'm just gonna say you something. If only you knew someone who could control gravity.
Wait, who was that now that did? Was that Rosa?
Yes.
It was Rosa.
Maybe there's no such room in existence, but you could make up a training regime if you talk to Rosa about it.
What do you think about that idea?
That sounds complicated and like social interaction. I think I'd rather just run. That sounds easier.
That's deep.
The simple things in life. The bare necessities.
I could. Then again, I could just try out what was the weights now again? Weighing. Did they weigh now again?
Shake weights?
No, the ones that was for the door on the track course now again.
Oh yeah, these sort of handle basically like normal bench press weights, just made for bigger, for heroes. You could try working out with those.
You test and see how heavy they are.
You can lift 2 of them pretty damn easily. There's no big problem there. If you go higher, you're gonna get into some workout territory.
He'll do that then.
Okay. Right, Freya. You sniff in the air, and you realize that you smell Lisa somewhere nearby. You hear her rustle in the bushes.
She'll give a nod towards the bushes, but not intervene, because she figures maybe Lisa's trying to gather up the courage to run around too.
You'll hear like small eep.
Yeah, the bushes rustle and someone disappears backwards, retreats.
No, kinda.
Oh.
And then she suddenly comes out and just holding like these 3 bento boxes and a thermal can. And it's like, I know. I'm sorry, I saw you running. I thought you might like a snack. Like super duper red when looking at Hales. So therefore, she just like kind of like glances at him before like strictly looking at the girl. Like, bento.
What do you say, Hales? That sounds like a snack.
Food is good. I like food.
There's sort of like when she kind of like nods and holds the thermos and the 3 bento boxes out to the 2 of them. It's like,
It's not much, but it makes for a good tasty snack.
pretty much.
I am gonna assess the situation. Freya does not understand. Freya just thinks Lisa's being very nice, and she's just generally shy. There's no ulterior motives here. So she'll grab one of the bento boxes and say, thanks.
You're welcome. And then she like turns to very hesitantly towards Hales and gives him the 2 of them, like with both hands, with the thermos on top. And it's like, super nervous to even talk at the moment. And I was like, you're welcome. Because he's super happy. He's like, you know, there's like little hearts and little like flowers around her. Like she's like, she accepts me, I said my food, yay! Proper anime moment.
Nice.
The bento's actually really nicely well made, and they're actually made by her herself.
Nice.
They're really, really, really nice as well. And the thermos is actually hot chocolate, because chocolate is the cure for everything.
Well, I guess he's gonna eat. So, what's in the bento box? So, what's in the bento box?
It's just a couple of like sushi rolls, just small ones. Then like one of those, you know, those sausage rolls that we get in here with. They're really super tasty, man. Honestly, I love them. I just can't eat them anymore. Then just some rice balls with this like kind of like something sweet things inside. It's a bit of a medley of everything, you know, so that, you know, because she wasn't 100% sure what he'd like, so she went with, well, let's go for almost like a 3-course meal here. A bit of a fish, a bit of an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert.
Anything the 3 of you want to talk about? You know, teenager stuff, hero stuff, school stuff.
No. So why are you?
Were hiding.
No reason. And the redness just like.
I'm gonna try and roll superior just to see if he would understand.
So you want to assess the situation, yeah?
That would probably be piercing the mask, actually. If you want to know something about a person, it's pierce the mask.
It would be mundane, though.
I'll re-roll that then. Nope.
Ooh.
He's like...
No.
He is not...
Here's something we could do for fun. You can ask one, and I'll answer it wrong. And you'll treat it as true.
Why is she red? And why is she blushing?
Okay.
Oh well, red. Why is she red? Why is her face red at the moment?
Okay. She's trying to be more like you, so you should teach her how to be more like you. You know, you're red. She's red. She's obviously trying to mimic you.
Chaos isn't red though.
Is he not? What color is he again?
He has dark gray and black scales.
All right. Then let me think of a different funny answer. Why is she red?
Maybe she's sick?
Yeah. You know what? She should probably check in with Umbra, and you should get her there as fast as possible. Or you could put a hand on her. You could put a hand on her forehead to see if she's hot or anything. That would probably be the first
he'll
step.
do that. Like lean forward and just place a hand on her forehead to test and see how warm she's. Like, yeah,
Actually,
fever?
Umbra goes even better. Before with a small eep, you'll have an unconscious Lisa on your lap, basically.
He'll look down and go like, did I do something wrong?
Maybe she fainted from heat exhaustion.
I should probably bring it to Umbra then, right?
That'd be a good idea.
I'll do that.
Sounds
Yes.
good.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
He'll lift her up and carry her along to Umbra's office.
Of course, like the moment she's placed down onto one of the beds. Obviously, I think everyone's there still. Actually, funnily enough, they're all in the infirmary.
I mean, I don't think Umbra will let them go.
No. And they're waiting there for Scarlet, and Scarlet by this point would have dozens of irate messages from Umber saying that if she doesn't want, basically, half the school to be in shambles, she better fucking come to the infirmary now. And stop her stupid fucking dimension hopping. With extras, of course. There's a lot of messages.
I really need to work up that firing so that I can get her fired. Why did I ever agree to hiring her?
I think that she's actually really good at what she does.
Yes, but you're not good for kids. That's the whole point.
She's not good for anyone.
Tricks are for kids.
To be honest, Scarlett's opinion, you should be in jail. She's just not saying that out loud.
There isn't a jail in this world that would hold her, though, so...
Have you forgotten that there's someone who has, that shadow generator?
Yeah, but here's a friend. Alexander is perfectly nice with Umbra. They're perfectly fine with each other.
But anyway, Rachel comes down to the infirmary.
There's
I'm gonna
now
find
a
everyone
lot
there.
of people there.
Oh, yes, her left eye is covered in an eye patch again. But there is something, black running down from underneath it, down her cheek, as she wipe it away a couple of times.
Umbra just comes and takes hold of her chin and is like, oh, you overtaxed it again.
So, what happened? Since I'm pretty sure it's not usual that you have so many people.
I punched real hard. Chicken McQuaddle bursts out first.
Who did you punch
Yes.
real hard?
Ice Lord. That means I get to be strongest hero now.
Sure. So you guys fought against Ice Lord.
She stands in her bed, one foot up on the railing of the bed with a triumphant pose that strangely reminds you of Mr. Sunshine. It's not too subtle of a hint.
Umbra actually just hits the nearby wall, and it's like, settle fucking down. And then
She sits down real
perfect-
quick.
with a very, 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 very calm expression, turns back to Rachel. Yes, your prodigal students, that one and Keith, decided that actually taking on the Ice Lord would be a fantastic idea. Therefore, all of them, and I mean all of them, are from now on in detention with me.
Wait,
I-
forever?
Fabulous idea.
Lobo says.
As Rachel, claps
Except for those three.
as
They're
her, as she claps her hands together, and I overrule that decision by saying they're not going. To be fair, I wanted to become Ice Lords for a really long time myself.
Then you should have taken care of it yourself and not sent the students to do it.
I did
Are you
not.
out of your mind?
Have you asked them why they did it? Probably not, because that's so like you, Umbra.
First of all, by then he was already defeated, so therefore it doesn't really matter. 2, it still should have left to the actual heroes. It's not right for them to be taking on adults. That's why we have the Hero Association. And 3, why didn't you take care of it instead of sending Devon, Jack, and a bloody dog?
I'm not a
Well,
dog. I'm a person.
First of all, I didn't know that they were going to find Ice Lord. They were going to find Keith. That's all I know. And
Well, then perhaps you should have done some
Umbra,
concessions.
as she claps her hands together again. And Umbra, if you don't like my decision, then get the fuck out of my school.
You clearly, do you not think that you even care? What is wrong with you? Are you caring about their lives whatsoever?
Here's the thing. I need to interject for a moment as
Yeah.
Phoenix is leaning over Tease and says, "So this is what's like when mom and dad are fighting."
But, oh, wait a minute. Aren't you the two who destroyed the mayor's car?
What?
As Rachel look at them.
Shit! Phoenix says, and he tries to burst through the window.
Only for it to be that he can't even get out of the bed as Shadowy Tendril holds his foot a hostage.
Now. Don't do anything irrational. I'm not here to, throw you in jail. Considering it was kind of the adults' fault.
That's why I
Leaving
took the kids. I thought that we could use 2 more students.
Wait, you're gonna train us to become heroes?
Well, this school does not exactly train to be a hero. Because you don't need to be a hero to when you finish the school. We train you to learn your ability, to better control them, to teach you right from wrong. It's true that most people come here to be a hero. But if you decide to be a villain afterwards, believe me, I'm going to take you both down. Afterwards.
We just...
As he gives a little
help.
bit of smile towards them.
I'll help, comes from Umbra. Clearly she's happy at the chance of possibly taking some bad guys down. It's like stress relief.
Yeah, I mean... That would... we're not... I mean... Can we live here too?
Of
That's nice
course.
dorms.
I'm pretty sure we still have a couple of room in the dorms, if I believe.
Yeah, you have room. Yeah, you...
Yeah.
Well, that's huge because our last home got frosted. And that
Yeah, so-
wasn't even... Never mind.
So, what exactly did happen? Because all I know is that some of my students left to find Keith as he punched over the unconscious person in the bed. And now I hear that you suddenly fought Ice Lord. She's completely lying because she already knew that you did that, but you don't know that. So,
Okay.
what exactly happened?
Flickering Flame speaks and she says, "So, we were just, living our days as we have a right to a citizen right. And then, like a total jackass. Icelord comes in, freezes every block in the street, and if it wasn't for Keith, we'd be stuck frozen. He warned us. He tried to get us out as far as possible, and then he confronted Icelord himself. And boy, was he on fire!
She glanced a bit to Keith. So what you're saying is that they acted as heroes. As he gives Umbra the look of, I was so right.
Umbra doesn't even care. It's like more of a case like, yeah, well, when I wanted you at the scene, you were nowhere to be found. And so I had to call him.
And
Who is
him?
Him! And it's like, and you can see the eyes twitch. It's like,
Yeah, people have names, So who was it? There can be a lot of him. Was it the head of the Hero Association you called? As Umbra knows that Rachel is totally messing with her right now.
You'll find, she'll have like veins growing out like in her forehead, like Doflamingo style. It's like, it's like she actually has to, her jaw actually morphs into a shadow because she starts to crack her teeth so that she doesn't injure herself by accident. It's like, Mr. Sunshine.
See, was it that hard?
Is it actually hard for you to actually be there when you're needed instead of doing dimension hopping?
Oh, I had some other business to attend to. As she gave her a smile.
Oh, approved. Clearly, she has some idea what's something. No, Atem, no. Umbra then turns to Lisa, Freya. No, Freya? It is Freya.
Chaos
No,
is
just Chaos.
Chaos is carrying Lisa that is unconscious, and he's
Yeah.
just standing there like really confused, like.
So Rachel, you take care of the other 5 idiots, and I'll take care of these 2. Before she just marches on towards Hayes and like steers him by his arm towards a more private place.
Alright, now...
She passed out.
Yeah, go with it.
Yeah.
So what happened?
She was hiding, and then she showed herself. She was really red, and then I went to check if she had a fever, and she turned even redder, and then she fainted.
You will all find the rare sound of Umbra actually laughing from happiness. It is enough to send Jack into an actual form of air and hide behind Rachel, which is very, very funny as far as reactions go.
Even Rachel gets that chill down her spine.
And he's just like, huh? He's so confused.
Yeah.
But Rachel will go to Phoenix Punch and Flickering Flame. So, your father is Scorching Urge, am I correct?
Sure, Flickering Flame says in her usual sarcastic tone. Who else would it be? Who else here got fire parents? Except for a brother from another mother. Phoenix Punch says, pointing at Keith.
Well, I'm going to talk over to him about the enrollment and about you living in the dorm.
I'm sure he feels a lot better if he knows we're in a... we're taken care of. That's all he ever tried. Guess where it got him. At odds with the Hero Association.
Yeah. The hero situation is far from perfect. But as he kind of, I'm happy that Keith made some friends as he actually goes in, and hug each of them.
They're surprisingly warm.
Yeah, just like Keith.
You'll find Jack actually whispering to whatchamacallit, Devon, Peach's pet, as far as Keith is concerned, because Rachel's taking such a huge amount of interest into him.
Maybe because, and since you're friends with Keith, let me introduce myself. I am Rachel Hartfeld. I am Keith's legal parent, or guardian.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
Right, I'm the one responsible for Keith. To be said, his family didn't want anything to do with him.
Devin whispers back to Jack in the meantime. Yeah, shame Umbra's more of a cat person, huh?
Oh, true enough.
Oh, fire alarm.
That's us.
Alright.
It's us. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Who's cooking?
Well,
what do we need for school? Like books or pens or...
oh, don't worry, you will get all you needed.
I'm sure, like Jack actually says randomly, I'm sure Keith will be more than happy to help you. I'll even clear out my side of the room so you can bunk with him, yeah? Be a proper sisterhood or brotherhood or, sisterlyhood.
Oh, that
It's
would be
awful.
awesome. Hey Keith, we're gonna be room buddies.
Chief, great.
Jack kind of nudges Devon and says, can I room with you instead?
I'm living with my father. He won't let me in the dorm.
Actually, that's a great idea. I actually have a father too. Perfect idea. No more to dorms.
That's not something I thought we'd be bonding over, but alright.
We could actually just escape and get a room in the city. We have the cash.
He's gonna come after me.
He won't find us. Umbra will cover for us.
Or if you're nice
You
enough,
ask her that,
friend
not
of
me.
hers.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. She'll cover for us. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, you can give it a try. So, who am I going to be roommate with? Probably not someone as awesome as Keys, says Flickering Flame.
Oh god, this is becoming... oh, this is becoming great.
Lisa actually wakes up in the meanwhile, and Umbra just whispers into her ear, and she nods quite a long time before taking Hales by the hand, with a really shy smile and slight redness. She's all fine, don't you worry about it, to Hales, and actually giving them both a lollipop before sending him on their way.
Hayes is just like,
Clueless! I can just see the question mark, like, did he?
Well, if I gotta
I mean,
have a room
Hales
for
has-
myself, that's all I ever wanted. That'd be awesome.
It's fine.
I do remember correctly, all the girls...
Yeah,
there is no...
they were an even number so far, so she's probably gonna
Yeah.
have a room for herself. She's gonna be content with. Alright, I'm gonna need to nod down that we're gonna have 2 new students. Sure.
Hayes just follows and says, okay, well, back to training then, I suppose.
Well, Lisa actually looks up at him because obviously Lisa is very small to his height.
He's not that tall, actually.
No, I mean just big, still up, because Lisa's not very tall herself.
Fair enough.
Also looks a bit up and says, I actually know this really nice all-you-can-eat place. Wanna come with me? They actually have a competition that if you eat the most, then you'll actually win a prize. It's like €100.
Ah,
Or whatever
I'm up
currency
for
we have.
that. Shigumi Quaddle bundles herself next to Lisa.
You'll actually find that Lisa's demeanor changes instantly, and you know, there's this disturbing glare and like a fingertip that's glowing before it points at her. And it's like,
Shigumi Quaddle almost gave her like this camaraderie arm around the shoulder, and she slowly retracts that on her tiptoes, tipples backwards.
Yeah, like it's absolutely the craziest grin. It's like Umbra looks like a puppy next to her, and that woman's like, I can blow you into bits in a second. Don't you try me, bitch. And then just like pure sunshine and roses back at this. So do you want to come with me? I'm happy to pay. And there's the price, of course, as well. It would be nice to see you win.
Try.
Yay!
Then again. What is good? It's
Of
nice.
all the people to go on a date first, that was not what I expected.
Lisa actually just kind of skips along, taking Hayos by the hand. It's like goes to this amazing, like it's basically just a buffet restaurant, like American themed place, more like. And it's like, as you gotta like have like eyes gleaming, sits him down to the desk and says, "Keep it coming. Here's the future champion," which is the most outgoing she's probably ever been.
Nice. Alright, is there anybody else who want to do something with their character as the day winds itself to a close?
Just for the heck of it, I want to see exactly how much he eats.
What would you roll for that?
1v100.
I mean, yeah, sure, roll freak to see on a big scale of his usual eating habits. The higher you roll, the more you can eat. Oh yeah!
He's just nom 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 nom.
It probably doesn't harm you that Lisa's basically like cheering you on. And I think that definitely by that if you would win the prize.
Yeah. Give influence to the
I
both of
cannot
each
be-
other. So Lisa's gonna have influence over you, I'm gonna add that, and you're gonna have influence over Lisa.
I already have that.
And Lisa already has that as well.
Lisa doesn't
No,
have
no,
influence over
doesn't.
Chaos. But, okay, so you already have influence over Lisa, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently.
Nice. That's
When did I get that?
probably some earlier time when she was creeping on you.
Oh,
No. She gave it to him because he didn't. Because remember he survived and he
yeah,
was
he didn't
scared
hide
of her.
from her powers, yeah. Alright, sure. Since she's an NPC, there's no point of shifting her labels. But you can always use that to give her more confidence for her abilities, for example. And maybe she'll
Maybe
be able
Hayes
to
should
control
be
it better.
able to. Maybe Hayes should be able to mark a potential or something.
No, that's not how it works.
So we can't do that. Me. Sad face. Oh well.
Though, okay, here's something we can do, however. Since they're basically sharing a moment together, you can ask Lisa. She's kind of a Nova, I'd say. You can ask her. You know what? Yeah, Lisa is going to share a vulnerability or weakness with you.
oh dear.
You know, I actually have a brother.
Oh.
Yeah, our parents are dead. So right now she's, with some relatives. But, he's not very happy. So what I usually do is I have him over the weekends. We have our own little flat in the city actually, and I work as well during the evenings when I can, so that we have money. But yeah, I have a brother who's really, really sweet. I'm sure you'd like him. He'd probably think you're super cool.
Maybe. I mean, I cannot look funny.
Nah, you look awesome. And you'd get this super sweet, happy smile from Lisa.
Thanks.
You can clear a condition, Chaos. Your choice.
I still don't have one. I cleared everyone.
Damn, you're always
Every-
you're
that's-
on spot with clearing conditions.
I find ways to clear them.
That's good. Yeah, let me just note on that house. Might have a chance to visit them then.
Yeah, no, definitely. But it's not even just that. It's just basically because, yeah. So basically, her parents died in mysterious circumstances, and she's really shy. But she does have a little brother, and that little brother is definitely a weakness because Jack can take care of himself. You know, between Umbra and his father, and between his own powers, he's fine. Lisa, and Zoe, she's fine too because come on, she's basically a bomb in human form. But her little brother though, not so fine. So there's a weakness.
Yeah, and that's something we learn about the character. Hey, character development for our NPCs. Love it.
Yay! We also should definitely get Jack and whatever the fuck his name is, who I always forget, Devon.
To see if they can manage to get themselves a flat. Sure.
No, not even a flat, but just get a room within the campus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you're gonna have to convince Iceland. After today, I'm not so sure. He's gonna let his son hang out in that company.
No, now he's probably going to be even more strict. Like right after school, you are home 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because obviously between Jack's father and Umbra, it's all good.
Well, you're forgetting. Iceland can just pull Devon out of the school if he wants to.
Yeah, but Iceland was punted to who knows where by Keith.
Yeah, but I think he means pulled from school as in he's not.
As a-
good.
Yeah, I know, I understood. Like actually get him out. Yeah, that's fine. I know, understood that. That's not an issue.
Yeah. We'll see how things work out. That's certainly an option. Then again, there is no other hero school in Halcyon or anywhere. It's the first prototype of its sort.
Guess there's gotta be homeschooling then.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Devon does not want that.
No. See, yeah, Devon is all for it, but his father is the big problem. Let's see, there was something else I just want to say, but it slipped out of my mind. It was something to do with... Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to do or talk about? Otherwise, I have a nice closure for today.
Well, Jack just clears his apartment, or well, he's staying, and obviously, due to Umbra and his father gets a little apartment right out of the city with room for Devon as well there.
Yeah, let's see if Devon at least can have some getaway place. Meanwhile, Phoenix Punch walks in with a huge back, like a huge carrying stuff on his front, and he says, "Nice dig, bro. Cool posters. This is gonna be awesome."
Keith kind of looks down on his hand and, yeah, it's gonna be totally awesome. He seems to be a bit lost in thoughts.
Phoenix Punch hits your shoulder like poof, and it hurts a bit, and it rattles you out of the thoughts. He's like, "What's the matter? You look down."
I just begin to wonder about something. As he create a small fire in his hand. Is my power really manipulating fire?
I don't know.
Well, it just felt weird.
Huh.
When I fought against the Ice Lord. It was not like I was controlling fire. It was like I was fire.
Man, you best talk to Flickering Flame about that, and just don't think about her snark. She can get a bit ironic and sarcastic. But, she can turn into fire, so maybe you're more like her, not more like me, because I can make fire, but I can't turn into fire.
Yeah. But anyway, yep, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, why was Jack in such a hurry to get away from me? Is it because I snore?
You will find that there's a bottle on the floor, and there's actually a note there saying, "Thanks for leaving me in the bottle, asshole."
Oh, that was the thing I forgot when I ran down towards your address. I forgot Jack was in the bottle.
Who?
Oh dear. Oh well, he gets over it.
Yo. I
Yeah,
think,
getting over it by moving out. His stuff is already gone.
I think I
So
can get us
who's
an
he gonna
Xbox in
bunk
here.
with? Who's he gonna bunk with next?
Hey, come on. Remember, fucking Jack's father's a lawyer, plus he's Umber's like little protege. Do you honestly think he can't get a place right outside of the school? Of course he can. An apartment with those kind of funds is not an issue.
Alright. Night has fallen outside, everything is dark. And we shift once more over the huge cityscape. And we see someone sitting on a rooftop next to one of those antennas that broadcast radio and television. And we hear the sound of a phone call being made. And we overhear highly distorted and deep sounding artificial voices that say, "We didn't find the package in the Hero Association. Don't worry, we'll find it somewhere else. If it's not here, that's just gonna delay our plans. We wanna keep our eyes open and lay low for now. The heroes are gonna tear themselves apart thinking they're gonna have a villain to fight after all these years. Yeah, but what about the mayor? We're gonna have to get her out of the way. Elections are in next year." Well, no problem about that. If the chaos rises in the city, they're gonna look for a new mayor. We might be able to bring down the mayor and the Hero Association all in one swing. Another voice, there seem to be quite a lot of people in the call, says, "What about Sunshine? We have to go after him. He could bring us all down. We're gonna have to wait till Sunshine till we find the package. Without the package, we don't stand a chance." Alright, we've got 5 seconds till the call will be detected. I'm ending it now. And the person takes some gear away from the antenna, takes them and then runs away from the building down the fire escape.
Stuff.
Yeah. So we now know what the villains are about to do. And what their goals are. We as
Wonder
players
what
know
the
that.
package. Wonder what the package is.
Apparently they didn't find it with the Hero Association, so where else could it be? Next time on the Hero Academy, we're gonna have a lesson with Mr. Sunshine. And it's gonna be the last session before Christmas. Yeah, 25th to the Christmas day. I definitely won't be able to be home at that time.
I'm not even home at that time, so no.
Yeah.
I have no clue where I will be.
Yeah, next time is the 1st of January. I know a lot of people, I mean, it's a free day, but I don't know if a lot of people are home. If everybody is home, then we could have the session.
Well,
So we have it on the 18th, we don't have it on the 25th, but we do have it on the 1st.
We could if everybody's home. I know some people
I'm probably home. How
but
well,
the first.
how well I am is to discuss because I don't know how much I'm gonna drink.
I was absolutely thinking exactly the same because between the 31st and the 1st.
But since it's late at night for me, I should probably be fine. It's
I'll
not
be
like
fine, but I might be drunk though.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
not-
about American Freya here, because it will be relatively early for you.
I don't drink, so
Okay.
I'll be
She's
fine.
gonna be fine.
Yeah, then let's have a session at the first. That'll be awesome.
If I'm still if I'm home at that day, then yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure you're not gonna mind, missing a session if you're not home, right?
No, besides, come on, we've now missed 3 on the Dark Heresy.
It'll be fine,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry for being sick, guys.
Nothing you can
No
do about
worries.
it. Nothing you can do about it. Alright. Yeah, so next time, as usual. But I think I have something very fun planned, as Mr. Sunshine tells you an epic tale of the Court of Blades.
But before that, should we just check if we've grown?
Indeed, that's coming now. How have you grown? Keith, how have you grown?
Into an image of himself.
Alright, yeah, makes sense. How would you shift your labels then?
Well, superior up, mundane down.
And why?
He held his fight against Ice Lord.
That's impressive, yeah.
And although he does not really know what or how it happened, he actually managed to punch him away and defeat him in some way.
Yeah, that was really impressive. I like the way it turned out.
So do I.
Yeah, Freya, how did you grow?
For once, so she'll grow into her own image of herself. And for once, her mundane will go up because she didn't go to be a hero because it was Keith. And she didn't think there would be a problem.
Gee,
And her savior
thank you.
down.
Makes sense, yeah, I can see the reasoning there. Jack, how did you grow, besides out of the bottle?
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. I grown into his own image and mundane down and freak up, mainly because, first of all, he got rid of the insecure by trashing Scarlet's office. Second of all, he didn't actually help Keith despite basically loving the guy, but because 2 fucking days in a bottle, it does make anyone angry. Also, he actually managed to. He actually managed to. Do you have any idea how hard it is to hold an elemental form for 2 days?
No, of course he's not an elementalist. Of course
Or
he
is
doesn't.
he?
Or is he?
Well, yeah,
after
come
today, we're
on.
not
He
so
became
sure.
he became an air thing and was fucking in a bottle. Now think about it. What happens when human is in a bottle? There would have been a smear in the wall.
Yeah, that was also a special bottle, so you couldn't have gotten out easily. Now, I also see here that Keith actually locked his freak. When you use a moment of truth, you lock one of your labels permanently.
Exactly.
So your freak is now stuck at 3.
Yes.
Alright.
He is, he's different from others. Definitely different. Even different from others fire users.
Yeah. And that means some of your other labels will be stuck at being relatively low, because you can't balance it with freak anymore.
Yes, I know.
And lastly, Hayos, how have you grown?
I would say into his own image, probably.
That's cool. What specifically made you more you? How do you see yourself?
He didn't do what others wanted him to do this time around.
Hey, yeah,
Like
that's something.
So this time he's been pretty okay, I'll give you a hand, but now with it being Keith, it was like, yeah, no, not gonna help. I mean, they have pretty bad chemistry.
That is true, but I do try my hardest to give you all reasons to at least go together as a group. That can be really, it's like herding cats, getting them all to get into a box. It's like you grab one cat and the other 2 walk out because they don't like that cat.
They don't like sharing their box.
Yeah, they don't like sharing their box. Alright then. Everybody shifted their label. How did you shift again, Hayos? I didn't quite hear it.
I think I'm gonna shift freak down because Lisa seemed to think that he's not a freak, and I guess I'll bring mundane up 1 then to 0.
You're not that freaky anymore. You're still a terrible savior person because you didn't go save your buddy if he needed help. But everything worked out and you got 2 new classmates. I certainly did not expect that one. Good thinking.
I actually like how Umbra, how Mendes and I actually think alike. Because that was also something I thought a lot about before the session happened. It could be funny if those two actually end up being classmates.
Yeah.
So even if Umbra didn't actually offer it, Rachel would.
It's a nice arc for those two, you know, starting off as the villains and then becoming classmates. That's such an anime move.
No, but it the funny thing is that me and fucking Keith, well, Rachel, whatever the fuck you want me to call you, different names every day. We are remotely similar in different ways. We have the same kind of track of thought, so we either disagree heavily or we agree heavily. It's one or the other. There is no in between.
It's kind of creepy sometimes.
You don't say. But at the same time, it creates these amazing characters. For example, Rachel and Umbra, complete fucking opposite, constantly on each other's throat. And then we have Keith and Jack, who were basically best buddies forever.
Or mostly was best buddy forever. Not sure how he look at Keith now.
Hey, you are happy. Be happy that I didn't think that, grown away from the group. The only reason why he didn't grow away from the group was because actually he should have, because he was with fucking chicken guy Devon and a resident dog rather than with his own team.
But I must say I do love Phoenix Fun's question. So, how long do they keep going like that?
Yeah, I whispered that to you. Or no, I wrote.
The funny thing is, what do you think? Which one is the mother and which one is the father? Umbra or Scarlet?
I actually don't know.
I mean, that.
To be fair, I think they're pretty even when it comes to that. Like,
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think Rachel is the loving parent and Umbra is the expecting parent,
Yeah.
Never mind the fact that Umbra is one of those people that she does care somewhere deep inside, and she just wants them to be tough.
To do the best they can. Yeah, exactly. You want them to be their best.
She just wants them to, be the best they can be.
And Rachel is good with giving them a break and keeping them easy, You're just children. You need to play a bit.
We are not training soldiers here.
Exactly.
So they're actually
And then we see Alexander's training regime.
I do miss Striker.
Yeah. I definitely hope that iShot will not go anywhere near any of the students. Except for Devin, because he is his father, so it's kind of hard to not to, but, Rachel is going to be pissed.
Who doesn't go anywhere near the students?
Ice Lord.
Well, no, of course not. I mean, do you honestly think Umbra wouldn't be pissed? Really? Why do you think, had the Ice Lord been there, do you honestly think he would have ended up in jail somewhere?
Striker could probably fix that.
Well, yeah, that's exactly where he would have ended up. In a Striker's lab where, Umbra could have dissected him for his powers or something. Because she's a cruel bastard like that.
Or
I'm just going to say that it's still a reason why he's number 2. He's not someone you should take lightly.
Don't worry, I know how to counter him.
But then again, after that fight, he probably didn't have that much energy left in him.
Yeah.
But still,
I find this current situation with Hales extremely amusing.
And
he's like most anime characters, anime protagonists that are completely clueless to how people feel about them. And now it's just turning into this triangle, sort of.
You say, I have a feeling
maybe quadrant if Chicken McQuarrie is to get involved as well, but I don't think she will.
Oh,
It
but
does not seem that way.
you say that, but I have a feeling that Flickering Flame has a thing for Keith. And Keith has a thing for Lily, but Lily also has a thing for Keith. Now, this
In
is
other
going
words, there it's basically a love drama.
Hairs
Between
will
the-
burn.
I think that the love story between Lisa and Chaos would be so perfect. They're both such freaks of nature that it actually works out.
But why would he has cares? He always says he has no conscience. Just saying.
Yeah.
Because food, and Lisa actually gives a shit about him as a person and actually treats him just like everyone else, except at the same time she thinks he's bloody cool. You know? She doesn't see him as weird or experimental or anything. She sees him like, oh my god, you're so cool. You're like half dragon! On the inside, of course. She won't ever say it out loud like with that much enthusiasm because she's super shy.
Well, he really doesn't have any manners. I mean, would you have if you grew up in a lab with no one teaching you social manners?
Well,
Nah, it doesn't matter. Lisa
Well,
will slowly get
to
there.
be fair, yes, you will still have a conscience. It would just not be that much, because if you don't have a conscience, you are basically a
No, not
psychopath.
conscious. Social manners. They're
Nah,
different.
social manners.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
manners,
then-
like how to use a napkin,
Definitely
you know.
no. Definitely no.
That,
Well, that depends.
conscience
Did
or
they-
that?
Did they teach him social manners?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Lisa's good for that, at least.
No, I mean in the lab. If they taught the test subject manners, then of course he would have manners. But
I
I'm
don't
guessing that definitely no, they didn't do that with hairs.
No, I mean, all things considered, it's Balalaica's lab.
Well, she only cares for science, so maybe actually she would have taught you manners. Science manners.
But yeah, as for conscious, I mean, what sort of signals does it send to someone that is pre-adolescent, pre-pubescent?
It's
That
pretty bad, actually. If you get
Yeah.
isolated.
yeah, and experimenting on all day long, like that would fuck someone up.
Alright,
Oh,
yeah. I've got
Totally.
plenty of material for next week, and we're gonna have some fun.
Yep.
It's gonna be probably a bit more of a creative group fight, is what I'm thinking.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
And since it's
Anyway.
class, you're all supposed to attend, so no excuses because you don't like somebody.
I hope it's against Umbra. She'll kick the
It's
Ross.
not gonna be against Umbra, it's gonna be against something that happened long ago in time. Whoa.
Huh?
It's gonna be,
So
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
we're
take-
gonna be a bit more creative.
Bakshas?
No.
Well,
Let
that's
yourselves
okay.
be surprised. See you then. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.